Majestic Mayhem. I'm Death Dealer.
And I'm Pink Piggles.
And I laughed because I remembered this time to introduce myself.
Oh no, you froze.
Did I freeze? Oh. Okay, is that better? Oh man. Can't hear or see anything.
So don't see that we went live, but we
Okay.
clearly did go live.
Yeah,
No.
okay. Are you there? You are. I found you.
No, I hear you.
I'm trying to see. I can't see if the stream's. Well, I'll find out in just a second. Stream's on. Okay. All right. So, okay. All right. Now, I guess we'll get to the TikTok thing right away, and we'll talk about our 4th of July later, because I guess this is important to people. I don't know. I don't do the tickety talk.
I'm too old for TikTok.
I mean, I feel like I'm a bit too old for
Although,
tickety talkity.
I say that I'm too old, but there's people like 20 years older than me who are on TikTok all the time. I just met someone the other day, and he was telling me how he was on TikTok, but all he showed me was like food videos. And he was like, "Well, I know what cookies are coming at Crumble this week because it's on TikTok." And then he shows me this ice cream video, and he's like, "Doesn't that look so good?" And I'm like, "That looks like a normal ice cream sundae that I could buy anywhere. The only difference is this was like a double decker, like it was a sundae, and they did it a second time." But he was just raving, and I was like, "Well, great use of TikTok." And this dude's like, I don't know how old he is. I'm thinking he's like 60, 65. And I'm like, "Good for you, buddy. Good for you."
Quite a few people that are on TikTok. A lot of people I know are on TikTok. I can't bring myself to download another app, honestly. I it's not even the problem with TikTok itself. I'm done signing up, remembering
Yes.
passwords, usernames. No, thank you. I will pass. And besides, everything that's on TikTok gets put on everything else
Yeah.
anyway, so it doesn't matter. So,
I stopped with Vine. They ended Vine, and I was like, "All right, I'm done. I'm good." Right? Vine was like the original TikTok.
yeah, I didn't do Vine either. I I stick to the basics, and let's be honest. If anyone, hold on a second. I don't know what is caught in my throat. I caught something while I was doing my job this week. But anyway, um, no, I'm not good with social media. Anyway, I don't really care enough, I guess.
Yeah.
And they all change after you're on them for a while anyway. So,
Well, what I can't stand is people who make videos where it's a reaction video. So the video is playing and they just have their head in the little corner, but they don't even talk. They just sit in the corner and they make faces. They're there like, it's dumb. I don't understand. Like I could just watch the original video. I don't need to watch you making faces and offering nothing. Or I can't stand people put that "oh no 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 no" song in the background as where they go like this. Because
mhm.
again, that God forbid you talk, you just have
Yeah,
to wave your finger to be like no.
yeah.
It makes me irrationally angry. Irrationally angry. I want to like throw my phone out the window anytime I see it. See, I'm training the algorithm to show me Tom the Mime videos. That's what I'm doing. I'm training the algorithm. Just show me Tom the Mime.
I
That's what I need.
when I scroll like YouTube Shorts and Facebook Shorts and things, I usually get comedy skits or shorts from TV shows that I like, and I'm or movies. I see quite a bit of movies because I have no interest in like sitting down to watch them for whatever
Yeah.
reason. There's a whole list of genres I do not want to sit down and watch, so I watch them that way. I get to the better parts of it that way because I'm not wasting
As
another 2 hours of my precious life.
as a side note, what I need to watch more of, because a few weeks ago when it was the whatever anniversary of Jaws, and I said I've never seen Jaws,
Mhm.
Harry showed me. We watched. It was like Jaws in 3 minutes. It was the movie, so someone spliced just the important parts, and I was like, I totally need to start doing this for all these movies I've never seen, and let's be real, I'm never going to watch. I just need to go watch the 3 minute like I bet you somebody has a channel and all they do is show 3 minute versions of movies, and that's what I need.
There's quite a few movies. I'm not even gonna lie. While they're good movies, yeah, you could very well
Yeah,
slice them down and make them short. And yeah, Jaws. I mean,
the
I'll give
Cliff
it a little
Notes.
more time than 3 minutes, but yeah, I feel like you could really shorten that movie down. It is a lot of filler in
Yeah.
between things. So yeah, I can see that.
Well,
I can see that.
so TikTok is because TikTok may or may not be
Yeah.
malware. Uh, the U.S. is forcing them to cease operations in the U.S. They did briefly for like what a day, and everyone lost their minds.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
It's
it
their
was
Gen
pathetic.
Z's Furby.
Yeah, and so now they have until next year, I think, in order to come up with something new. So the U.S. and its major stake is Oracle, and I forget who. I have to try to find it again. Who had the minor stake in the company? ByteDance, whoever the heck that is. They're coming up with possibly one of the worst name apps ever. So the TikTok replacement, which is launching September 5th, will be called M2.
Mhm.
Yes, you heard that correctly, M2. So it's gonna run alongside TikTok, and then TikTok's gonna cease American operations in the springtime. So people, obviously, people who are not us who actually use TikTok, this is a
Yes,
huge, huge deal.
yes,
To
yes.
me, the biggest thing is if you make money on TikTok,
Mhm.
this really sucks for you. For the average user who's just consuming things, it's really not that big of a deal, right? Like now you just have a new app, you have to find your people again if you choose to follow them.
Mhm.
But if you're making money on TikTok and you're gonna lose all your subscribers, and then you better hope that they all move on over.
Yeah,
Which
well, I mean, that's why like a couple of creators that I am aware of. There's a cosplay couple that I like to watch. They also have a YouTube channel and a Facebook and all that, so I see their stuff everywhere. When TikTok was closing down the first time a little while back, they had actually set up a web page with a whole like all their links to all their other sites and accounts and everything, so you could continue following them on Instagram and all that other whatever else, Reddit and everything else. That would be something I would think somebody who is making enough money to put forth that kind of effort
yeah.
should do something like that and continue, advertising that possibly.
Well, it is smart that they're gonna allow, and it seems like it's gonna be for like 5 months. Both apps are gonna coexist, so you could probably just dual post your content, but always have something at the bottom to say, like, "Find me on M2 at whatever your handle is." I guess what I'm kind of surprised about, and I'm surprised that TikTok even took off in the first place, like, when Vine shut down, we have Instagram Reels. Why did that not take off? Because isn't Instagram Reels, I'm not really on Instagram either. I mean, I have post pet pictures occasionally.
Mhm.
By occasionally, I mean, like, once a year. If something already exists, I wonder why people didn't go there. Because people still use Instagram. With you
You
sneaking back,
know,
bring Vine back.
I'm confused as to why they got rid of Vine in the first place, but I also had the same question when MySpace was no longer a thing. It was like Facebook's essentially MySpace with just more on there. And all these
MySpace was
years
far
later,
superior.
well, yeah, everybody misses anyone that used MySpace misses MySpace. So I was always confused as to why they shut it down because it didn't have any, as far as I'm aware, I don't believe it shut down for legal problems. Same thing with Vine. I don't believe it shut down for legal issues. So I don't know why they got rid of them. I can understand selling them. They sell those sites all the time. That's fine. That's understandable. But why shut it down if it's popular, people use it, and you're getting revenue somehow, some way out of it.
Yeah.
I can't imagine any of those sites costed the creators money. So I don't know.
One thing that I thought was interesting too, though, is that so like I said, Oracle and has the majority stake. ByteDance has the minority stake. Um, on where what page do I have it? Hold on, I found where I have it open because on Twitter, people are posting that there's going to be like some sort of censoring of content going on because they're like, we just went from one country's censors to our own country's censors. Um,
Okay.
yeah, so it's
Okay.
a lockdown US only app monitored and regulated by the US. So, and what I also find fascinating, this is, I'm going to put my tinfoil hat on for this one here. In the other article, where it talks about who owns it, it also said that the General Services Administration recently announced a first of its kind cloud infrastructure deal with Oracle, giving the entire federal government a massive 75% discount on its software. So now I put my tinfoil hat on and say that there's no coincidence that Oracle is giving the government a 75% discount on software, yet Oracle is the person who's opening the replacement TikTok that somehow has to meet some mysterious US standards. I don't know. Like I said, that's the tinfoil hat. I just feel like there's something's going on there. I don't believe that
Listen,
that's purely coincidence. I don't know
we've
what.
we've already been through this. I feel like we've done this. It's the same old, same old. Back, what was it, like 2 years ago, or maybe it was even longer than that. Maybe it was 5 years ago or something. They were complaining that Facebook was censoring things for everybody. It just depended on your
Mhm.
political view or something like that as to what you were getting censored, right? So somebody else came out with another website that was just like Facebook, and they were like, "Oh, we're not going to regulate it like they're doing over here. We're going to give you all the information. You can post whatever you want, whatever, whatever." And I mean, the person that was running it, I don't remember exactly, but I'm pretty sure dude had like a government job on the higher end of it.
Yeah.
So it was like, but I mean, listen, they're now pushing WhatsApp. I keep seeing ads for WhatsApp, and their main selling point on their app right now, for if I should say on their ads for their app right now, is no matter what you type in your messages, no one else will ever see them, ever. Not us, not you. Once they're deleted, no one will ever see that ever. I feel like that's shady and questionable for a whole number of reasons. I
Okay,
mean, it could go
so
on
no,
either way of the spectrum with that one, but I feel like
yeah.
it's almost like the CIA saying, "Hey guys, use this for kinds of like illegal activities and stuff. Don't worry,
I know your
no one
murders.
will ever see it. No one will ever, you know what I mean? Like, it's not the first time that the government has kind of said, hey guys, check this cool thing out. We're not paying attention to it, like, at all. No. So, could be that. Could be that. I don't know. It wasn't me.
Stevie Mack is he's going to start his own app called TalkTick. Noof is starting his own app. You can read the name for yourself in the chat, but it's an alternative to OnlyFans, I think. It's a
I like it. I like it. No.
what I also think is interesting about this TikTok thing is this new app, and again, M2, I really hope that's like the working name and that's not the final name
You think
because
they
that's
come up with
really
something a little
horrendous.
more
Yeah.
original. M2's,
Yeah.
it's
But the rest of the world's still going to be using TikTok. And I think that's going to be interesting too. And what is that going to do? Um, what's that going to do for content creators, for US content creators to get their content out, and for content creators across the world to get their content into the US? Because are you going to be able to get like TikTok? If you have it on your phone, is it going to be like you need VPN so your phone doesn't know you're in the US for you to access TikTok? Are we going to be able, like right now I don't have TikTok, but if somebody wants me to watch something, for anyone who doesn't have TikTok, when you put the URL in your browser that someone sends you, look for the question mark and delete everything behind the question mark and you can watch it without having TikTok. So will we be able to watch TikToks? Is that even what it's called when the thing? I don't know what they're called. Are we going to be able to watch TikToks for people around the world? I don't know. I think it's just gonna be. I think it's interesting that we are getting a U.S. only platform because other platforms, even though there may be various restrictions and limitations around the world, have we ever had something where it's purely us and we're cut off from everyone?
here.
I don't know.
I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think anyone's ever really made it a concern, really. I mean, I know there's restrictions in certain countries on certain things. Um, like I know Dubai, you can't watch adult films. Like any adult film websites blocked. I know. Uh, I believe in North Korea they don't have access to anything really outside. I don't know how that really works. I know theirs is kind of locked down too, but I
Yes.
don't know how that. But I know some things get out and some things get in. So I have no clue how that works. Um, Same thing with I think it's I want to say Asia's adult videos. They have them either Asia or Japan or China, but one of them, their adult films are they're kind of blurred out certain spots, I guess you could say. So I think they're blocked from seeing what you would call Western
So they
films.
they will not have access to Noof's new app then. That's what you're saying is they will not have
Yeah,
access.
yeah, they
Um
won't have access to new film. Yeah.
And just to let
Okay.
you know,
Yeah. See that. Okay. Yeah. Sorry. Go ahead.
oh no, so before the show, everyone, we talked about we're gonna have a guest one week. Apparently, we're having a guest this week. I think someone's popping in to join us, so you may all be blessed with a guest in a few minutes.
Don't worry.
How
It's a
how do
surprise to
all
me.
of you how do all of you know so much about adult films in other countries? Do I live under a rock, or all you guys weirdos, or both?
Both. Both. No, I don't know. I in particular know some things because of certain jobs I've had. Not that I worked in that industry, but I had a corner in the store that had a whole section of films. And when you get bored, you start looking around at inventory. And listen, I've gone on missions to watch look in particular videos, so I had questions that needed to be answered, and I got the answers to them. Sometimes adult videos are for learning. Who would have thought?
Milkman says I saw on the Playboy channel was that when I was at a Mill's house.
Sounds about right.
And
Sounds about
RWK
right.
says Dubai profits off prostitution, so they have limited what they access.
Listen, the
Frank,
conspiracies I've heard about Dubai, that place is why if it, even a fraction of that stuff is true, that place is wild. And I don't ever want to go there. But I'm not really trying to go anywhere anyway. So it doesn't matter.
so Sir X-Men joined the room, but he's not jumping in. I don't know what's going on. If you can hear us, just so you know, like I have problems joining the link, and I have to open the link in Edge. It's the only way I can get my camera and microphone to join. So if you can hear us, if not, if I don't see you, I'll send you another message. But Noof said he saw a TikTok ad during our stream.
That's fine.
See? Because the computer's always listening and it knows we're talking about TikTok. It
This
knows.
is your reminder, folks. Even if you don't have TikTok, like I don't have TikTok, I'm going to go ahead and download the app now because when it was deleted for the 24 hours, people lost their minds and were paying stupid amounts of money for the phone. I love my phone, but I absolutely will sell it for some money. Money's money. I'll get a new phone. It'll be
Okay,
fine.
wait. Let's back up a second here. You just said money's money, but that's not true because there's a lot of easy things you won't do for money.
That's true. That is true. But
We've
I can
established this.
easily sell my. I am perfectly fine with selling my phone. I am.
Testing 1, 2, 3.
I
Testing 1, 2, 3.
Yeah,
can
we
hear
hear
you.
you.
All right, there we go.
We don't see you
I
though.
have a Rumble account, but I have not put it on my PC yet because I had to rechange my PC and delete some stuff and start some stuff over again. But I have a Rumble account.
What I love about this though is because we don't see you. I think from everyone else's viewpoint, it's just the two of us chilling here, and then you randomly, you're like God talking. You're just like in the background.
I'm the original gaming god. Okay, how's
Yes.
that? Oh, and by the way, I heard your thing about porn, and I have to say this, don't freak out. That's how I learned every trick in the book growing up for 60 years watching porn. And remember, we had VCR tapes back then.
Oh, that's too funny. That's too
The
funny.
tape gets worn out. You need the pencil to like re-roll it there.
Oh, no. What happens is the tape comes out, and then you got like, oh, come on. And you got to use that one with your fingers when it was a VCR tape. But when you had like one of those regular cassettes that you used to put in the cassette player, you
Yep.
use the pencil.
Okay.
And you better make sure it's straight, or it's gonna sound like somewhere in the middle of the song when you're enjoying it. Now I know Death remember those days.
I do. Yeah, one of the first adult videos I watched was on VHS. Yep. Actually, as a matter of fact, it was the stereotypical Debbie Does Dallas.
Oh, let me tell you what my friends real quick. I've never told this story to anybody. This is what my female friends did when us guys was coming over to like do like some New Year's basement party thing like that. And a lot of the adult people left and everything. And they threw a video in that was man on man love. And we was like, what the heck? Why? Why? Ain't none of us gonna sit there and watch that. And we never let that live it down to this day. Things were weird in the 80s.
Oh, too funny.
I think things have always been kind of weird.
It's weirder now than it is back then.
Yeah.
But thanks for letting me in. Thanks for, letting me have some fun with you ladies tonight on the show.
So everyone in the chat, Noof said Sir X-Men comes in like Morgan Freeman. I thought this is only women, Miss X-Woman.
Yo.
I thought he was already on. He was the first guy on.
Yo, don't you start, Mr. Canadian. Y'all got some weird people up there too, buddy.
So do you? So Sir Rexman, do you have TikTok?
I had it. I got rid of it. Then I had it again, and I got rid of it. I'm like, TikTok's not really my thing. I watch it. You know what? I watch enough TikTok on YouTube when they have the TikTok videos coming up there. I don't really need to have it there. You know what I'm saying?
That's the argument I have. I don't need to download TikTok and make an account for that when it's already on everything else.
Everywhere.
Yeah,
It's
and
everywhere.
here's the thing. Here's the thing. When you follow somebody on TikTok, I mean on YouTube that has a TikTok connection, and you like a lot of their videos, next thing you know, you see them popping up all the daggone time in your feed.
You
And I
sound
be like,
angry about that.
Listen, I want to see maybe a few of your videos. I don't want to see everything you might post. Some people post
right.
a lot. There's a few
Yes.
people that post excessively.
And sometimes it gets a little out of control, right?
See, that's my beef with all social media is they show you what they think you want to see, but nobody knows what I want to see. And nobody has successfully cracked my brain to show me what I really want to see. And you can't let me choose. I just want to see things in chronological order, and I need a button to say, show me something in the middle. Like, don't show me nothing, but don't show me everything. Just show me some of it, because you're right. There's those people that have to post no matter what social media platform it is. Like, I know these people, they don't have jobs, they don't have lives. I don't know, because they're posting like 20 times a day.
Right.
I don't care what you ate for breakfast. I don't care what time you woke up. I don't care what you saw, what animal you saw on the way to work. I don't care about any of this stuff. Stop.
Yes, you do. No. You love cute little animals that you've never seen before.
I do baby
That's
animals.
your thing.
Hell yeah, baby animals.
Although I do have to say I am extremely disappointed, especially with the year that it is, that nobody has gone on to any of the social media sites and explained how to use the damn red shells. I have been waiting over 20 years for someone to explicitly go step by step on how they use those 3 red shells, because I've never been able to figure it out.
Are we
It just
talking about
sounds super painful.
You
Are we
talking about the
about the
ones
red
for
shells in the
Demolition
bathroom?
Man? You talking about
Yeah.
the ones that were in
Yeah.
Demolition Man? Where
Yeah.
how do you use the shells?
Yes,
Right.
I've been waiting over 20 years for someone to tell me how you use the damn shells. How
I
do
think
you
you're
use the
supposed.
shells? It just
I,
sounds painful.
Maybe
I think
you
you're
need to
supposed to
make it up.
scoop it. You're supposed to scoop it out.
You
It's
need
like
to make a video, right? Because if nobody's made a video, who's to say if you're right or wrong? You need to make the video, and you need to be the one to put it out there, and you'll get all the views.
I'm just saying, all these years, think about it. It's 2025 now. And I was really expecting somebody to come out with that video by now, but
That's
nobody
all right.
has.
I fell in love with bidets. I love that squirt thing. That thing's awesome. There's nothing. I'm sorry. I know it sounds weird, guys, but unless you've experienced one of them things, and it's usually warm water, there's nothing like it. You've used one before? They are
I do
nice.
like the days, yeah. They're
Yeah.
nice. Can't argue with it. Although I do get weirded out at the idea of a bidet in a public bathroom. That kind
Yeah,
of
because you don't know
that
where they
weirds me the
stuck
hell
it.
out. Yeah, I'm not okay with that. But a home private, yeah, that I'm okay with. Those I'm fine. But like public,
Can't
that
you
weirds
buy?
me.
You can
Can't you
buy a
buy like a
home.
$2,000 like Japanese toilet that is gonna people say is gonna change your life? Like instead of buying the
You
$200 Home Depot special.
Oh
You
yeah, see,
could.
they got ones that have the ones with automatic squirt, right? And it squirts it all out. Then it has like a blow dryer to blow your bottom up, and then it has auto clean. I'm serious. They have those.
Correct.
Yeah. Baby, I can say, okay, don't freak. Baby, I just got off the bidet. Let's go. Hell no. You could get you some soap and some water and do it right.
So
Tell me
how
I'm
was
lying.
your
You feel that way?
weekend?
You feel like that about a man too. You go get you some soap and water and you do it right. Okay, I'm sorry. Maybe I took it a little
Frank,
too far.
Frank said next time he's going to buy a toilet, he's calling you for advice, Rex man.
Nah, dude, you get a plumber. That's what you do.
You get the plumber to install it. You call your friend for advice on what kind.
Yeah.
Well, see, the plumber is perfect for Pink because she don't want to have nobody do nothing. She wants somebody to come in, pay him, have him do it right, and then leave.
I mean, I can't argue with that. I have a
Yeah.
guy for plumbing. I have a plumber. I've said it time and time again. I got a guy for that. That I have someone specifically for, because I'm not doing plumbing.
Yeah, but she wants a
I
guy for
do, but I
everything
don't.
to do around the house, though.
I do, but the having a guy to do everything that takes more than Pink Piggles money. I need to win the lotto for that one to happen.
We know. Hey, Fred, win the lotto. I mean, Perry, win the lotto, bro.
Well, if Frank wins a lotto, family sticks together. Don't leave me out in the dust. I know you're not going to hire me a guy, but throw me a bone here.
So at least
Let
you
me move to
hell with
your
that.
compound. Let me move
like
to
pay
your
for a guy.
compound.
All you got to do is get a normal handyman that you can call when you need him. That's all you need.
I know,
I
we
have
need
a
the money.
feeling
What a 24/7 handyman.
that
I'm not-
I'd get one. I would get one, especially if Dreads Dusty won the lotto. Oh yeah, he'd absolutely have to hire me a guy and pay him religiously for me. Why? Because someday, when he's super old, I'm probably taking care of his wrinkly ass. So I feel like the least he could do is hire a guy for me.
It's the least you could do, Dread.
I mean, I feel like
Yeah,
If
I
Frank
got
wins the lotto, he's buying me Mudang.
What is Mudang?
My God, Mudang is just an absolutely adorable baby pygmy hippo.
It's just the
Oh, I
cutest
seen
thing
him. I seen
ever.
him.
Yes,
I seen him.
Mudang is so adorable.
No,
I'm down
I'm
with
getting,
that. That's it. I'll take Mudang.
I'm getting you one of them. I will give you one of them other animals you like.
Well, that doesn't narrow it down very much because there's a lot of
The
animals I like.
little bitty seal thing, whatever you call that thing that you always talk
Manatee?
about. Yeah, manatee. I'll get you a manatee.
Yeah, I want a hug from a manatee. I love that you called it a little itty bitty seal thing because it's totally not itty bitty or a
Oh,
seal
no, they're
thing.
like,
But I knew what you were talking about. I knew exactly what you meant.
that's too
They're
funny.
big and fat.
Oh,
They're
they
sea
are. They're so
cows.
squishy too. They're so squishy.
See, and that's what I want to find out. He needs to come up and hug me.
Their snoots are definitely boopable, or so I've been told. I would dare touch a manatee. It's against the law.
I would love to have a baby bear, like a really real baby bear, and then grow him up. You know what I'm saying?
And then
And
get
then
mauled to death.
no. You can. People have bears for pets, but they grow them when they're little, and then they have them trained to just be responsive to you. Anybody else come in your backyard, you get mauled.
You get like an orangutan.
See, I don't know if I believe that though, because like that lady in Connecticut who owned the it wasn't even a monkey. I don't know. It wasn't orangutan. Gorilla. I don't know what it was. Some sort of monkey type animal. And ripped her friend's face off.
She was probably being mean to him.
No, not at all. The thing was just, I don't know, in a mood. And then
they gave it Xanax. The thing was like horribly depressed. It wasn't exactly
God.
it was supposed to like, yeah, it was like it was still intact. It hadn't been neutered at all.
That was a
so
mistake.
he was frustrated.
It was a chimp. Yeah, it was a chimp.
Yeah, he was
ripped her friend's face off.
Xanax, and there were like a couple of episodes before that they just kind of played it off like, oh, it's just a bad day. Let's feed him some more Xanax. And not to mention, the woman was like, not for nothing, she wasn't old, but she was too old and too not in shape to be taking care of the animal that she had.
Yeah.
The animal was way too much for her in her state to be taken care of. Her husband had passed. She was like in her mid 60s with back injury and knee injury.
Yeah, she didn't have the strength or the agility. Or apparently the patience or the caring to take care of a chimp, let's be real.
This was her first mistake, right? You don't give
Having a
an
chimp.
animal people medicine. They have their own medicine that you can go get from a doctor for the animal.
Well,
I feel like if
sometimes
you're
it is
feeding
the
an animal
same, but it's
anxiety
different.
medication on a
Yeah.
It's a different
daily,
dose
there's
of it.
already a
Yeah, it's a
problem to
different
start.
dosage.
We got an issue from the jump. If you're
Yeah.
giving an animal anxiety medication or
He's got to go.
mood stabilizers. Yes, if you are giving an animal mood stabilizers daily, we've already lost
Something's
touch with
wrong.
reality here. We already need to check
Yeah.
out. Like this is a bad situation all the way around. And I say that as someone, I have my grandmother one time had a dog that she gave Xanax to, and if the dog was any bigger, it would have been a problem animal for sure.
Cujo.
Yeah, I mean the only reason it was tolerable is because it was like a Shih Tzu mix mutt thing. It was
Yeah.
like 15 pounds, so it was like I'll punch you. The dog wasn't nice. It wasn't well behaved. It should not have been around anybody. I
But
feel like
look at Siegfried and Roy, and they're tigers, right? I just feel like wild animals eventually are gonna turn on you. I don't care if you raise it from a baby. Like, I'm sorry, Quinn, you're gonna get mauled by that bear one day. I think you should stick with the penguin. I don't
orangutans,
know if penguins can kill you. Maybe
orangutans
they
are
can.
actually pretty gentle, and they're not known for aggression, even towards people. So that's why I said I'd go with an orangutan because like they're big, kind of fluffy, and they're really strong and smart, but they're really mellow. They're like gorillas. They're even more mellow than gorillas, and gorillas are fairly mellow. For the most
Nah,
part.
I want that ape that was in like I said, that was in grandma's boy. That's what I want, the one that know karate and stuff and mess up
Yeah, that was
anybody
a
that come
chimp.
to your
That was
house.
a chimp. Yeah.
Yeah. That's
I
what I
want
want.
King Louis from or yeah, is it King? Yeah, it's King Louis from the Jungle Book. That's what I want.
Oh, that would be cool.
Little redhead monkeys. Little
Okay.
ginger
I have
deer.
to say, Frank just had the best comment ever. Frank just said, "Oh, he meant bear like the animal." I think he got a little confused from your earlier story there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
That
that's
threw me
great.
for a loop.
Do you know what a bear is? You can Google it.
Yeah, I
I
know
don't
what a
want to.
bear is.
Big hairy man. You can Google it.
I could have gone my entire life without ever needing to know any of these things. There are so many things I don't ever need to know, and I am okay with not knowing them. I live blissful in ignorance sometimes.
So,
See,
okay,
I got a weird fetish. If it really existed, I would love to have a baby Godzilla. I would love to have a
That would
baby
be cool as
Godzilla.
hell.
that's
I
not at
can't even
all where I
lie.
thought
I
we
ain't
were
even lying.
going. I'm glad
I
that's
can't
where we
lie.
went because I
Uh-huh.
didn't think that's where we were headed.
Baby Godzilla is cool because he got that little old circle that he tries to be like dad and spring out little baby ring fire, and it'll hurt people that get in the way, but it won't kill them. I love that. And he's
That
so
would be
cute when he
adorable.
waddles. You know what I'm saying? The little
I mean,
baby
if we're
Godzilla.
going that route, yeah, I would like a dragon. I would like a dragon because I want it to fly
I want a
and breathe
unicorn.
fire. That would be cool. I
There
can't even
was
lie.
some,
Godzilla would be pretty sweet too. I'd take a baby Godzilla.
yeah, all day, right? But
Dude,
how to teach a dragon has some good
yeah,
dragon designs in it. It has some good dragon designs in it. Oh
I
yeah.
should see it. I haven't seen it yet. I really like
Never seen
the
it?
original.
Yeah.
I think
But
you
yeah.
guys want animals that are gonna like fight people and hurt people, not kill them, just hurt them. And I'm like, yay, unicorns,
Nah,
rainbows, puppy dogs,
Godzilla
pooping
didn't hurt
noses.
nobody.
Okay, first of all, you think unicorns? What? Wait, what? Unicorns were
I'm gonna go ride on the
vicious
rainbows and
creatures
stuff.
originally. They only got nice
What?
like in the 80s. Yeah, they
Yeah, I want an
were.
80s unicorn. I'm riding on the rainbows and stuff,
Unicorns
and
might
I'm
start
throwing glitter out.
glittering, piss rainbows and all that crap, but
Yeah. If
they're not
you
nice.
No, they're not. If you really
They
go
eat
into the
things, people
tradition,
in
yeah, tell
particular.
her. if you really go
Oh,
in the tradition of
Mhm,
unicorns,
mhm.
they are evil. They are
well, how
evil,
perfect
and
It
then,
was a death
because
omen.
how perfect, because I'm gonna have an 80s unicorn, I'm gonna be chilling with rainbows, throwing glitter on people, and then you're gonna piss me off, and my unicorn's gonna eat you. How
They were like
perfect.
sirens. They lured you in with their pretty
Yeah.
unicorn glittered farts and rainbow pee and stabbed you in the nature.
oh, no. You're describing a mermaid who they get you with their siren song, and then they be like try to drown you and then eat you.
Mhm.
Don't
Yeah,
don't they say that all the old stories of mermaids were really manatees?
Oh my gosh, he had to go to Manatee.
suspect they
Because
theorize that. That's what they theorize. I mean, I'm not even gonna lie. It's very plausible because we have a law against molesting manatees for a reason. Somebody molested a manatee, just like we have a law against molesting alligators. Like, I bet you didn't know that was a thing that
who
is against the law to sexually assault manatees and
who's
alligators.
trying that? Who's
Oh,
like,
okay,
and there's
my
more than
friend.
one person? Like,
Can you please define molesting?
You know,
Because I
don't
can
ask
go
me
listen,
so
to.
many
No.
different ways.
I don't know who made these laws a possibility. I don't know why. Listen, we also have a law specifically that states you are not allowed to ride an elephant on the main highway in the town
What?
on the weekends.
What?
Why is that a thing?
Well, Monday
Why?
through Friday, you're good.
And how many people really have elephants as pets?
That's something you can't compete with the circus. That's probably the law was made to not compete with the circus.
I mean, I really don't know. Why? How many people? You got the right question. How many people continuously did these things that they needed a law to stop them? And why was it such a big thing? I like to imagine that the elephant on the highway, on the main road in the town thing, I like to imagine that was like a Godiva type experience that some woman was protesting some outlandish shit, went, screw it. I'm going to be Godiva in the town. She rode an elephant because she didn't have a horse, naked with long hair flowing, just
Right,
butt cheeks
right.
clapping in the wind, waving to the town as she went by. Because really, I don't know why. There's no story that was told. I don't know why. Because if that had happened while I was around, I would tell everybody all about. Have a seat and listen to the story of why you're not allowed to ride an elephant on Saturday and Sunday down the main road in the town.
Yeah, and I
Gather
can
around,
see the
children.
and I can see the Wizard of Oz flying monkeys coming and taking everybody, right?
Yeah.
That'd be messed up. And the golden one be like, that was mine.
I want to know who got close enough to an alligator to molest it, and why did the alligator stay still long enough to be molested?
Well, and multiple people did it because you're not making a rule because one person did something, right? I mean, multiple
I don't
people,
know.
enough people had to do it in order to make the rule.
Well, you got to remember, black widows eat after sex, eat their prey after sex, so you never know.
I
Are they
specifically
eating the
remember.
spider they just had sex with, or somebody
Yep.
else?
Oh yeah.
Okay,
Oh yeah. That's
they
always
get
been
it
like
on and
that.
then kill them.
Yep.
I would have just always assumed it all went under the bestiality. I thought there was like a law that just covered bestiality across the board with any animal. I didn't think you needed specifics, but apparently we need specifics.
Come on. I live close to Indiana. They do weird things with chickens, pigs, and all the stuff in that next state on the farm. So, don't nothing surprise me. It's sad but true. You can look that up.
I like that you specifically call it
Chicken
Indiana. Out of all the places, you called it Indiana.
It's true. That's because that's where it pretty much you hear about it mostly.
all I'm
That's because I
thinking
live
of is
next to Indiana. I know.
thinking of the Rob Zombie movie and that one scene. What is it? Not House of a Thousand Corpses. Devil's
Yeah, I remember that.
Rejects, I think, is when the guys go buy chickens for dinner.
Right.
He's like, "What do you want them for? What do you want them for? You're not gonna fuck the chickens, are you?"
Apparently, if you're from Indiana.
There was this movie
Well, I mean, it's
that
based on
somebody
reality somewhere. No.
there was this movie, Death,
Uh,
where I forgot the movie, where it showed somewhere in the movie there was somebody, a man behind the chicken. And he was like, "What are you doing?"
What kind of movies
I
are you
can't remember the
watching?
name of the movie. I've watched so many movies and stuff back in, just weird stuff.
oh gosh.
But it was a regular movie. And people
This
were like,
wasn't.
he did what?
This wasn't shown to you in the basement on New Year's Eve. It wasn't.
You know what? That's a nightmare scenario I don't even want to ever relive.
Anyways, what did everybody do on Friday? Anybody go light off fireworks? Light
Nope.
fingers on fire by any chance?
Nope. I just heard a lot of them.
Just
I
me?
sat in and played a video game.
Now that I wasn't gonna bring it up. Now that you brought it up, you got to share your story.
I mean, I
I
have
was
to.
gonna keep your secret. You know.
You know what?
Oh, I don't care about that. I'm 60 years old. I don't give a crap
No,
what happened in my past.
no,
I
no, no.
have a story.
Death Dealer has a. She has a
Uh-oh.
I have a
fireworks story.
I have
Oh,
a
you need
I'm
news for
always
this one.
I'm always preaching to be careful and safe with objects, with everything, because death. And I tried to light my hand on fire with a sparkler. I didn't. I mean, hey, it wasn't a firework, so there's that. But I almost burned my thumb off with a sparkler, and that'll teach me to buy sparklers from Walmart, cheap ones at that. They were difficult to light, and when they did, it just shot flames right out in front of it, which I wasn't expecting. And I burnt my thumb crispy enough. My nail caught on fire for a quick second. I might lose the nail eventually when it grows out a little bit. The thumb is blistered around it. It's nice. Feels weird. I did go to the hospital for it because it hurt quite a bit. Wasn't worried about it, falling off or anything. It's a big burn. I wanted it to be numb. I walked in looking at the doctor, and he's like, "What can I do?" I'm like, "Numb it." He's like, "Well, it doesn't look that bad." I'm like, "I know. It's fine. It hurts, and it's gonna hurt. So numb it up, buddy. I don't care." It's like, "Well, that's gonna hurt a little. The shot's gonna hurt more." I'm like, "I don't care. Do it now."
Nah, you know
So,
what you were trying to do. You want a little sparkle in your head to look cool that
no,
night. So you
no, I said to take the water labels. I said for people to go ahead. She told people to play safe with fireworks. I was like, "Nah, let's see what happens when you don't.
It
Do it.
is
how
when me
old were
Do it."
you when you did this death?
I just did it this 4th of July.
2
I
days
just
ago.
did
Oh
this
my
past
God,
Friday.
you would have known better.
I was lighting. Listen, this is the hand I was using with the lighter, which is why this thumb is the one that was burnt, because I had the lighter in my left hand and the sparkler in my right, and I was lighting it like this. I had the sparkler here, lighter here, it's lighting it like this, and I mean, it taught me not to use those cheap sparklers. I ended up getting a candle to light things afterwards. I
You
set the
need to use
candle down
the
and lit
grill
the.
lighter because it has the long thing, so
I
your
forgot to
hand's not
buy
near
one.
it. Yeah.
I forgot to buy one.
Those
I know
things
when we
are
joined the
cheap.
room before the show, I said, "Well, I hope that you have all your toes, all your fingers, all your butt cheeks, all your ears."
I
And
do,
she's like, "Well, I have everything,
but
but I did get hurt and had to go to the hospital."
Me and a friend just had this conversation the other day. I don't know if it was on a podcast or something. And it was like places where people put fireworks where they shouldn't put them. Just to look like a badass.
Yeah, I mean, well, to be fair, at least my accident wasn't me showing off or doing anything inappropriate with a sparkler. I was lighting it the way you're supposed to. I just happened to be using a regular lighter instead of a candle
An
lighter.
extended burner where you could just reach over and hit it, right?
Yeah. I mean, but like I said, hey, I learned my lesson after that. After that, I lit a candle, set it on the ground, and was like, use that. And listen, these things were powerful enough, it kept putting the candle out. As soon as you would light the sparkler, the candle would be out. It's like, I mean,
Do you,
glad we lit the candles.
do you know I've actually seen somebody do. Uh, there have been other dumb things, but I've seen somebody put one of those. You know those little rockets that shoot the pellet balls up in the air. About 10 of them.
Yeah. Bottle rockets.
Right. I've seen somebody put one of them in their pants and light it, and the spark that was coming off when the rockets launched burned the crap out of him. His wife came out there, and I'm serious, she didn't care about his parents. She's like, "You a dumbass. Why did I marry you? What is wrong with you?"
No,
I,
no, I knew some guys that they're the reason there's certain questions on the hospital intake form now that specifically ask if your firework incident happened on farmland with farming equipment. Uh, that is a question that
why
is
was
asked
that
in
the
hospital.
question?
Yeah, yeah. They took fireworks and stuffed them in a basket on a bicycle on a beach cruiser.
Uh-huh.
They had a bonfire going. Nothing small, nothing too crazy. Just like 10 feet tall. 6 feet wide or something stupid, ridiculous. Just Fourth of July, got to do it big, right? And they
Nah.
made a little ramp with wood
Right.
over a bonfire, and they decided to light the
No.
fireworks.
No.
And yeah, they used a tractor to jump off of
Uh-huh.
while the fireworks were going to hit the ramp to go over the bonfire, as the fireworks were theoretically supposed to shoot out of the basket without hitting this person, and they were supposed to make it safely over the bonfire, off the ramp, and all that. From a tractor is where this started. It did not go anywhere near according to plan.
I mean, it's,
I thoroughly enjoyed watching.
I mean, it's obvious that was
From a
never gonna
distance.
work, but how awesome would that have been if it did work? That'd have been, like, the coolest thing ever.
That's why I
Did he
didn't stop it,
did he
because
f
that's all I kept hearing is because I kept saying this isn't going to work. They were way too drunk to
did he
even be
fall in the
thinking about a
bonfire?
bicycle. Yeah, oh yeah, yeah. But he fell off the tractor on the bicycle first, because of course that thing didn't hit the ramp at the right
Yeah.
angle, because they used wood over a bonfire. The wood caught fire and was slowly burning. So as soon as that front tire, because the tire hit it at an angle, which it wasn't gonna finish going over the ramp, he was gonna go right off the ramp anyway. But as soon as that tire hit, the ramp went. And at that point, it was too late for him to stop. Fireworks had been lit. He started diving off of the track. I said, it was glorious to witness, even though it didn't work out anywhere near the plan. It was still amazing. And like I said, they're famous. They will live in infamy forever, because the hospital staff still remembers the story of these assholes walking into the emergency room.
RWK said, "So y'all fucked my tractor up."
No, tractor was fine. Tractor was perfectly fine. Bike was a little dented up. That basket did not look great. It looked burnt, but
So I was trying to look up like what kind of accidents happened across the country. What I found this actually surprising to me. So they said 45,000 people visit US emergency rooms on July 4th and July 5th. So almost 91,000 people in total, which is the highest daily numbers for the entire year. So July 4th and 5th are the two highest days for injuries the whole year, which actually surprised me that they were the highest. So the top two causes, can you guess what they are? One of them is fireworks, and the other one, which your friends had too, is alcohol.
Yeah.
So I have a feeling a lot of them go together. But it's funny because this article has like a little graph of fireworks related injuries.
Mm-hmm.
All year round, there's absolutely nothing. And then July 4th is a gigantic spike. And then on December 31st and January 1st is a little itty bitty spike. But it's like, yeah, there's no mass fireworks celebrations any other time of the year.
Hey,
No.
Pink, I just sent you some in your DM. You gotta show this.
Okay, hold on.
You talk about fireworks and somebody doing something crazy, but it was cool. It was so cool.
I don't know if I can show a video on my background, though. This content may be inappropriate for some users. Of course, I want to continue. Okay.
You have my full attention.
I don't know if I can show this. Hold on, let me see
You're a
if I
Rumble.
can.
You can show anything.
No, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if I know how to. Was the problem? Not that I can't. This dude is popping a wheelie on a motorcycle and he's shooting fireworks off the front of his motorcycle. I feel like this is what Death's friends were trying to do, and were not
Kinda, yeah,
successful.
yeah. No, that is what they were trying to do. It's exactly what you're trying to picture in your head. These assholes absolutely thought they were doing something amazingly epic from like a movie. They thought that he was going to land it, that it was just going to be like, aha moment for. But yeah, no, it wasn't. It was funny. I mean, it was legendary to me.
Oh,
Not
you saw it
epic in the way
already?
they
You saw it
thought.
already? You saw that video already?
I only
No,
know
no.
how to drag photos into my background. I don't know how to drag a video. I don't think I can.
You want me to send it to Death?
I can't share screens. I've tried before.
Share
I
it
failed.
on your Twitter, and everyone, you have to look at Sarah Smith's Twitter because it is a pretty cool video, and that's exactly what Death's friends were trying to do and failed at miserably. Although I don't know, they didn't really fail miserably because it was entertaining. So they failed miserably, but for everyone else, it was still a success.
Listen, when drunk guys get a random idea to do something actiony, are we really ever losers in it? I mean, as long as it's not you, your property, or your man that can get hurt, like, I'm all for the stupidity. Like, I had a friend one time who was like, hey, let's go on the four-wheelers at night after it had been raining and we've been drinking. I know the property super well. And I was like, yeah, I'll stay behind and watch. How about you go on that trail, man? Go hop that trail in the dark after having like a bottle of alcohol. I will watch from afar, my friend. Not my toys, not me living. Have at it. Jed looked at me and he's like, "Can I?" I was like, "Absolutely not. You're not going anywhere near that with those guys." Well, what if I drive? I was like, "I don't trust them not to hit you with it." What happened? Exactly what you think would happen. They flipped one of the bikes.
Of course, not a surprise.
I like to watch from a distance.
So fireworks and alcohol are the most common way that people get injured, and with alcohol, the majority of it's drunk driving.
Yeah.
The other common injuries, though,
Mhm.
on July 4th,
Yeah.
grilling accidents, food poisoning,
Okay.
and drownings, water boating accidents,
Yeah. Makes
and
sense.
heat stroke.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was kind of. Some of those are. I I'm surprised that grilling accidents are like a big enough category that it like registers in the list of here's why people are getting hurt.
I'm not. I saw, no, I had a friend one time who had, what they thought was one of those containers with kerosene. It was gas.
Ooh.
So, I mean,
Oh, I've been burnt up before. I have, and it
grilling
wasn't fun.
accidents, I believe. I absolutely believe. Yeah,
Eh,
yeah.
eh, I've been burnt up before. It was not fun, ladies.
I've come close. I recognize I'm flammable. I had some charcoal that I had bought one time, and it was the worst charcoal I ever. I don't even know how it consisted of charcoal. It did not want to light. It didn't want to stay lit. So I got real fed up because I went through a whole bunch of fluid. So I was like, screw this. I'm getting some gas on this bad boy. I'm going to pour gas on it, let it sit, and then just throw something on it from like a distance and let it like a match and let it catch. I'm glad I did that. I ended up lighting a piece of paper and like throwing it like it was a basketball, and luckily it stayed lit because it just. Well,
Big mushroom cloud.
It isn't. Oh wait, what? It is nothing compared to what I went through when I
oh,
was like
probably not,
20.
but I got the charcoal to stay lit.
Let
I'll
me
be damned if it's gonna beat me at my own game.
let me tell you an extreme story about getting caught on fire from the neck up. So I was working on the car. This was when we had carburetors back then, right? So we were trying to tweak it, adjust it, and I didn't know carburetors could spit up gasoline. So I had I had beautiful, nice white cotton shirt on, working on it. The cotton spit up with the fire onto my shirt, and I burned. Everybody had to rush me to the hospital because I don't know what's the highest one, but that's what they said they had. And you know what? It wasn't the burns that I had on my body that hurt more. It was when they had to scrape the burns
Now you're back.
away, and I passed out from the pain. They had to scrape all my skin off, and it was down to the pink. And they
Nah.
said I passed out, and I was out for like 18 hours. And I've never
Wow.
passed out in my life. But that is the worst pain I ever felt.
My thumb's just blistered, thankfully. It just looks
So
like it's got a tan in one spot.
your
So did
little
they?
blister is nothing compared to what I
No,
went
I
I
was
was,
laughing. I
but
showed Pinky earlier. It looks like I have like it looks like I got a suntan right around my nail bed. It's like slightly brown right
It'll
there.
go away. Yeah, it'll go
Oh
away.
yeah, no, it's gonna
now
feel. It's just it looks funny. It looks like I got a tan just on my thumb.
I
I'm
was in the
okay with it.
hospital
I
for
need some
two and a
sun.
half weeks,
I was
maybe
gonna say,
4.
so X-Men, so as you were healing, did they have to keep like peeling your skin off as you were healing
Yeah,
as it grew back?
as they started seeing more, they peeled the initial off,
Yep.
but they had to keep scraping for a few days after because they wanted to clean it just in case,
Mhm.
it gets infected and all that fun stuff, and they don't want you developing whelps and all that from stuff from because your skin was burning. So it's like
Yeah, once it's dead,
human
it
meat.
doesn't come back. It you have to get rid of it, right? It just gets like hard and crusty if you don't.
Right. It was I smelled like burnt meat. And one of my friends came over and visited me in the hospital and like, hey man, we could have just put you on the barbecue. I'm like, you asshole. And then I called him Hannibal Lecter. So yeah. I told y'all a little bit about my past. Don't let it go too far from this show. Yeah, it's gonna be all over. I'm done. But yeah, it's just one of them things you don't ever want to go through.
Ooh,
Yeah.
yeah. No, that sounds terrible. My little brother one time put both his hands palm down on the top of a grill that had been lit for hours, and he
Ooh.
burned the hell out of his hands. I don't remember if they had to scrape anything off or not because it was so long ago, but I just remember him screaming, and I remember standing there looking at him like, "Get your hands off of it," because he stood there screaming while still holding, like, with his hands on it. And I'm just like, "You asshole, take your hands off the grill. What are you doing?"
That's
Yeah.
why I would never understand guys that will flip meat on the grill with their bare hands. I'm like, give me a fork, give me a
Who's doing that?
spatula. No, there are
Dreadful.
people that do that. Dreadful do that. Yeah, let me roll that. Let me roll that hot dog over a little bit. Ow! People do the weirdest things in this world.
So when I was looking, this is from last year, but I was looking for like what were the fun things that people did with fireworks.
Hmm.
So like I said, this was last year. This was in Long Island, in New York.
Right.
A guy gave his 11-year-old child some fireworks and told him to light the fireworks. They malfunctioned, caused the shed to burst into flames, burnt the guy's house and his next door neighbor's house. I'd be furious if my neighbors burnt my house down, but I'd be like doubly furious that it's because you gave your 11-year-old kid fireworks and then you burnt my house down.
Crazy that that happened like that and the kid didn't get burnt. I mean, that's lucky. I really, thankfully, I've haven't had too many go wrong. I did have a cake uh,
No,
malfunction
you didn't.
terribly. Yeah, yeah. Luckily, I didn't light it because I was like, I bought the damn thing. I want to sit here and watch it. And I made my friend light it for me, and luckily she was fine. But yeah, as soon as she lit it, she took one step. She stood up and started walking away, and she got one step away from it, and half of it just blew up. It just one big explosion. It looked like she was part of an action movie. It was the coolest thing I've ever seen. Nobody got hurt.
Right.
But yeah, no, that was impressive malfunction. So I do not like cakes anymore at all for any reason.
Oh, I got you
Just
beat.
because if it happens again, I at least want to be able to see it. It's
I,
the only reason I wasn't that mad about it because I was like, well, at least I got to watch, three colors real quick. It was all at once, but hey, yeah.
all right, this is a sad story, but it's a funny story. So we were in high school, and me and my best friend Smurf, amigo, we call him Charles. So they called us and said, "Dude, our house is on fire. Help, help, ours on fire." That thing was burning, and we was like, all we could do was just sit there on the street and look at it. And there was this song out at around that time. It was part of house music, right? And we all said, the roof, the roof is on fire. We don't need no water. Let the motherfucker burn. But oh, you know that one, huh? and then mama came out and said, y'all ain't right. Y'all are not right. But it was just a situation where, you ain't nothing you can do about it. Everything's gone. You might as well get some fun out of it. But then we all got chewed up later by everybody. It was the fire department. They couldn't save it. It was just that one of those moments. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you
Where,
got to make jokes, laugh,
yeah.
keep yourself laughing, keep from crying.
But yeah, we all helped them out back then. Some of them came and stayed with us for a little while and stuff till they got their stuff together. You know how that go. Friends and family look out for each other.
Are you still friends with him today?
Oh
Does
yeah.
he know that you still laugh about his house burning down?
Oh, he even laughs at it. Come on. You know what? When we
Oh my
go
god, you
to
remember that
when
time
we,
your house burned down? It was great. It was
You know
really
what? When we
funny.
go to we used to go to house parties. That was one of his favorite songs. When they came on, he was like, "Hey, they playing my song," and he'd be like, "Damn, I don't like that song no more." I was like,
To
all
be
right.
fair, I'd probably be doing the same thing.
Yeah, you would.
I'd probably look mad suspicious out there with the fire department, just chilling, talking, making jokes.
Oh, you know
I'm
what's worse?
I'm the worst to have in a serious situation because I will always make jokes. I'm not even trying to make jokes, and I just things happen. I say things. I'll make them in funeral homes while making funeral arrangements.
Well, you know what's worse? One of our friends was like, anybody got any marshmallows and graham crackers? That's what made it worse.
Probably would have came out with some popcorn.
Oh yeah, that would have been cool.
Stovetop popcorn.
Oh, I used to love stovetop popcorn.
You bake it on a fire, on a bonfire.
It's always
Or
still
house
the
fire.
best if you can find that popcorn. It's still the best. The Jiffy Pop,
Hmm.
yeah. See,
I, s-
all pink know is microwave popcorn.
I still remember this. This would be from the early 90s.
Uh huh.
There's a when SNL made like fake commercials and they had a commercial for a Jiffy Pop steering wheel. So
Really?
so if you get in a car accident and your airbag deploys, the heat from the engine, the oil would pop popcorn. So like the whole thing was like this whole parody commercial was great. So it was like as it deploys and saves you, then you can rip it open and eat popcorn while you're waiting for the police to come and rescue you.
I'm surprised somebody hasn't started doing it with all the crap they are doing to cars and putting in cars. To hell with safety standards. Let's
Yeah.
just put it in because it
What a
looks
snack
nice.
bar.
Man,
Yeah,
I can see if your car caught on fire at the drive-in, everybody be marching, cooking hot dogs,
Yeah.
marshmallows, everything, Jiffy Pop. Be
I
like,
can think of a few cars that should come with that stock. You always catch it on fire. I hear if you're gonna let on fire, the least they can do is provide you with food to roast over it. And then
I
doesn't
wish you
make
guys
sense.
had seen the movie Real Geniuses when they put this guy's house on fire and it was just doing nothing but popcorn was coming all out their house. I was like, it was the dean's house. It was awesome.
Real James with Val Kilmer or Val Kilmer.
Right. See,
Yeah,
have you
yeah,
seen it then? Okay, because I know
yeah.
Pete didn't see it. That's why I was just fading on it a little bit, But that was a great movie people don't know about.
It is a good movie. You know what? I'm actually kind of surprised nobody's done that was based off of a skit from a comedy show. Mad TV used to have Lowered Expectations.
Oh yeah, I loved it.
Yes.
It was a spoof on dating uh,
Right. It was
agencies.
the
Yeah,
dating shows, right?
yeah,
Like what's his name used to do the dating game all the time. What's that guy? And he used to be on NBC.
yeah.
Uh
Chuck Woolery.
Chuck Woolery, yeah.
But
Back in
I'm
double
surprised
nickels.
nobody's done that. Lowered Expectations for the new generation.
Oh, let me say the phrase correctly. Lowered expectations. Yeah, you get a lot of that nowadays. I'm sorry.
Well, with all the dating apps and everything, they've got so many that are even geared towards specific things. You would
Yep.
think because so many people complain that you have to lower their standards, lowered expectations to those that have lowered their standards.
Well, I don't believe in dating apps. I believe meeting people in real person. I don't believe in dating apps. I'm old school. Sorry.
Yeah, but then you gotta leave your house.
You know what? Some of us don't mind leaving our. You married anyway. You don't care no more.
Yeah, we met and well, there weren't apps at that point, but we met on a dating website. We met on the internet. So
Oh, okay. But that's when dating websites were a little bit better. They suck now. I hear
I've
from
never
everybody they
used
suck
the
now.
dating. I never used a dating website. I was,
You live in Florida. It
yeah, I
ain't
was
hard
married.
for you.
No, no, it's not. It wasn't. No. I mean, well, nowadays, you know, I don't think I'd leave my house if I had to now. But I guess I don't have to leave my house because it's the bonus of being married. I already have someone to die with. I'll never be
I don't,
alone.
I don't think Dreadpool liked the way you said that.
I'm not. I don't get old. I'm just gonna. One of us is gonna die eventually.
Yep, that's why I keep trying to tell people. I'm not afraid of death. I'm afraid of getting older and being useless. That's my biggest problem. I'm not afraid of dying. Even when my father or some of my family members died, I'm like, it's part of life. I weeped, when I was supposed to weep, naturally, but I know it's a part of life. A lot of people don't understand that it's a part of life. They're like, oh, he went too soon. He went when he was supposed to go. Right? There you go. Now, if they died because they did something stupid, that's on that guy.
Like putting up firecrackers in their butt.
There was a story I heard the other day about somebody doing something dumb with a firework, and now I can't think of what it was, and I can't find the story. It's irritating me.
You know what you're going to do? You're going to figure it out after the show. That's usually how it happens.
I was surprised at how many stories I saw this year of the people who were running the fireworks shows, that they had accidents and they got injured, because maybe I'm giving too much credit, but I would assume if you're the person who's running the show that you've, like, I don't know, read the directions, you kind of had a plan, maybe not like a full-fledged plan, but at least a half-assed plan. You probably have, like, at least one bucket of water with you. I don't know. I guess maybe I'm giving too much credit. I just would assume that the people running the fireworks show are going to be safer than, the drunk dude in his driveway.
Yeah,
but I don't know, because they don't seem like they are this year.
Well, they're supposed to have fire extinguishers. They're supposed to have fire extinguishers within X amount of feet within the firework area.
Right.
So and there's supposed to be so many within a certain amount of space as well. So I'm kind of surprised so many of these accidents still happen.
Yeah.
Because it seems like at least one happens a year somewhere.
Remember that firework warehouse that just got lit up in California because of
the whole warehouse.
And California is now back on fire.
Does it surprise you?
And just like that, California's back. Seriously, I'm gonna say what everybody else is thinking.
I think somebody did that on purpose.
I'm saying whatever a lot of other people are probably thinking. I personally, from here into the rest of eternity, I'm not stepping foot back in California. Here's your warning. When you live in California, I recommend you die in another state, or you're staying in purgatory, because I am not coming there for any reason. That place has always got some random craziness going on. They're always talking about how Florida's crazy, and we got Florida man and Florida woman and gators and this, that, and the other thing. That we might, but I feel like California's on the news a whole lot more for just crazy, just a whole bucket of crazy.
I feel like the entire Southwest should have no fireworks at all. Like, go with Texas, from Texas on over to the Southwest and wrap up around California. I feel like none of those states should even have fireworks. They're all just so dry and waiting for the fireworks to light them all on fire. Like, I just feel like that's just a bad idea.
I always wanted to go to California, right? Mm-hmm. And then I saw the movie 2012, and I was like, "Nope, not gonna happen. I'm not gonna let it happen to me. Nope, I'm not going into the ocean like that. Nope."
California has some beautiful areas. It has its spots that are absolutely beautiful. I can't get past the whole fact of it just seems like every couple of months, at least the last 2 years or so, they're on fire. Why are they always on fire? I know we always make the joke that the world is burning, but I mean, I feel like they're taking it a bit too literally nowadays.
They
Are
got
the
too much.
fire extinguishers
Well,
working?
they don't get that much rain in California, and you would think with you next to the Pacific Ocean, you would at least. I know salt water is not good for plants or stuff like that, but you should have all these years instead of trying to build some rail system to make people get back and forth. You need to set water filtration sections up where the water from they call them cellulation. I forget what exactly how it.
Salination,
Yes,
salination,
yeah, something like that to clean all the salt out the water.
desalination.
Yeah,
To
desalination.
take the salt out. Yep.
Right. Take the salt out of the water in the ocean and then pump it up through the forest areas and stuff like that. So I don't know if they'll build sprinklers, but you can build a better water system to stop all these fires. That's what they could have invested the money in.
Well,
All the water in the ocean, it could stop your fires.
why aren't they allowing anybody to have fires or fireworks right now with during a drought anyway that badly? Florida got lucky; they were allowed to have fireworks because we had a water shortage and we were dealing with a short drought a couple of weeks ago.
Because
It
y'all
was
got salt
lifted
water,
right
right? Y'all around
before.
salt water, right?
Yeah, I mean, it was lifted right before. If they hadn't lifted it, we wouldn't have been able to have firework tents everywhere, you know? I mean, I feel bad for California. I do. I feel bad. That's got to be rough. That has to be some bullshit. Imagine waking up to that. And you're just like, what do you say to that? You're just like, again?
Yeah,
How
and
did
that
this
way
one
they won't
happen?
have to try to get so much water from the Colorado River. They can make their own water, but they don't want to invest in the plants to use that salt water. You
Do they
know?
not have reclaimed water plants over there? Do they not use reclaimed water?
No,
I think that they get such a little amount of rain. I don't even think there's enough reclaimed water to do
no, there's
things
not
with.
that much, and they don't have that much snow in the north like we would here. And if they had snow in the north, it may be a heavy snow, but it ain't gonna last that long. That's the problem. You know, unlike the Great Lakes, we got fresh water. We good.
True.
hmm
I don't, but we have
Well,
hurricanes every few months, so we're good. We get hit with a whole lot of water. We're fine.
well, you guys are close enough to the Mississippi River where you can get fresh water piped into you and then filtered out in certain parts of Florida.
We were just almost threatened with a
But
tropical storm. It was supposed to be here on Friday and Saturday. It was rain. There's just some rain, but it wasn't a tropical storm. They were telling us
Yeah,
all week, it's a tropical storm. It's like, okay.
I think it's hitting the Carolinas.
Texas got the brunt of that mess.
The
So,
Carolinas are getting hit with something because I think the next couple of days we're getting a lot of rain from it. We won't get the winds or anything, but we're gonna get that. We're gonna get inches of rain.
I know I heard a couple of states got hit with quite a bit of rain over the last week. A couple places got hit with as much rain that they normally get. Like they
Yeah,
got rain, the
Texas
amount they
got
got in.
didn't they get like 4 years of rain in like an hour or something?
Yeah, they got
Yeah,
A bunch of people
24
died
inches of
because
rain just come down. Kids
the
died. I think it's up to 78
the
and counting.
the river raised 27 feet in
Yep.
45 minutes.
yeah. They found
27.
two kids in a
That's
tree, like 26 feet off the ground, or
yeah.
something crazy like that. I can't imagine how much rain that would have to be. 4 years worth. That's
Maybe it wasn't
highly.
4 years. I thought that's what it said. It was
Yeah,
like an
I know
insane
it was
amount.
at least like a
Yeah.
It
year.
was about 100 years before since they've had a rainstorm like that in that area. It was
I know
over
it was as
100
much
years.
water as they normally get, like in a year. I heard that it was like at least a year's worth of water in a couple of hours. It's like, damn,
But I
that's
mean, 27 feet, that's higher than one story
I'm six
of your
foot two.
house.
Ain't no
Yeah.
way I was gonna survive that. And I can't walk like I used to, so I'm doomed.
They got as much as 12 inches. So that's 1 foot of rain in an hour. In 1 hour, they got 1 foot of rain. I mean, that's insane.
Oh, I've seen in Chicago we've got 1 foot of snow in an hour. So I mean, when it comes down, it comes down. It doesn't matter Where you at?
Yeah, and they say, it wasn't 4 years, it was 4 months. That makes more sense. 4 months worth of rain in a 6-hour window. That's what it was.
And it's all
4
contaminated. All of it's contaminated.
And the problem too is 4 months worth of rain in a 6-hour window, your ground can't soak any of it up, right? So it
No,
makes it
it's just
even
washing
worse.
everything. It's just
Yeah, like
washing out
if you
everything.
had it over a 4-month period, then your ground can keep soaking it in. But this, whatever initially goes in, the rest of it just
And it's got to go
yeah.
somewhere. It's going to be rushing off the land
Mhm.
and go somewhere.
And did you see when the water was slowly dissipating? You saw all the silt and the dirt on the ground covering up
Mhm.
cars and
Well,
everything.
like you said too, it's all contaminated because it was so high that it got into
Sewers and
and yeah, it's contaminated with sewage. It's contaminated with just think that it goes in your garage and you have a tank of gas in there, right?
Yeah,
Gas and oil
garbage
and
and
garbage
cars.
and just think of how much stuff is around that's not meant to be in your water supply is now
I
it's
hope
right in there. Whew.
somebody's kind enough working in the county and maybe in disposal or something and recovery or whatever is thinking at least to pull all the electrical vehicles out of there. I mean, I imagine it'll do a little better than it did here with the hurricanes because it was salt water for the most part that really hit the batteries. But I can't imagine long-term exposure to water in general. It's going to be
no.
good for
Oh, those cars
electric
are trash.
lithium batteries.
Yeah.
Yeah, those
So
cars
I
are
really hope they take those out of the cars or at
Was
least
the thing,
take cars away from stuff.
anyone who's buying a used car in the next 6 months or so, be very careful that it
Listen,
didn't come from the Texas flood.
I've been saying for at least 6 months now, do not buy a used electrical vehicle right now because I would trust it not to be from somewhere flooded.
Well, even before electric vehicles, that happens a lot, is one region floods, and then all the cars, their electrical systems get messed up because the water made it up higher. So not even to do with, an electrical vehicle, but we have power locks, we have radios, power seats, all that stuff
Yeah.
gets wet. Obviously, it happens in Texas. The people in Texas know I'm not going to buy a car. All of a sudden, Colorado gets a whole bunch of used cars, but it's all just this crap from, they just got flooded somewhere else in the country. Or they come to New York, they just come somewhere else across the country, and you hope people don't know.
Yeah.
just picture all the insurance companies saying, "Oh, we got to start denying more people."
Oh yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, you didn't have flood coverage. Oh, I'm
Right,
sorry.
right. I
This
heard
this
about
was
that.
this was an act of God. Oh, I'm sorry. Here's a made up reason. It doesn't matter what the reason is. Sorry, you're screwed.
I believe I know someone who heard something along the lines of if you could have moved your vehicle out of the pathway of the flooding, you should have been able to move the vehicle to keep it safe from water damage. So you are by default the reason that it got flooded because you were told it was going to flood or the possibility of it flooding was going to happen and you didn't move it before when you were given ample opportunity for it to move. So
Well, I think too with this specific storm, I mean, there's a whole host of
It
reasons
was
on why
unexpected.
there
oh
were
yeah,
there were
no,
issues, but I think one of the complicating
okay,
factors was all this went down at like 4 in the morning. So people are asleep. And if you turn your alerts off on your phone, you didn't get the blaring alarm at 4 in the morning saying, hey, all this rain is coming. Because I think the storm ended up hitting at like 6 or 7 in the morning. But yeah, it was the wrong time of day to get the info out to people. And then, like I said, there's a whole host of reasons why it happened. But
What's sad is that's a yearly campground too, so
mhm.
that's the worst part. All those people with their RVs coming to camp for the 4th of July.
And that's why there's so many kids because there was like you
They had a
send your
camp
kid
out
away to
there.
camp.
Yes,
Yeah.
right.
Mm-hmm.
It's a
Yeah.
mess. I feel sorry for everybody, and my
Yeah.
prayers are out. That's about it.
Yeah.
But I feel sorry for them.
Oh,
It's
I feel
sad.
so bad. It's sad. It is.
All right. On a lighter note, what else can you do with fireworks on your body?
I
We've
feel like
already
that is a question
established.
nobody should be asking.
Yeah, we've already established that I'm not the one who was the answer for that because I'm the one who's a square who lives under a rock, and it's all you weirdos who are out living life. So you guys got to tell me what you're doing with fireworks in your bodies because
See,
don't
back
touch a
then we grew
fireworks.
up
I'm not getting hurt.
when we had glass bottles like Coke bottles and stuff like that to have, and glass Pepsi bottles and stuff. We would put the we would set the firecrackers, what do you call it, rockets, things on the outside of it, and then we would light them all, and then let it launch out the bottle, or we would shoot them at people. You can't tell me you didn't do that, then. we would have we
No,
would
we
have
did.
rocket fights.
We did extremely dangerous, dumb things with fireworks. We did dangerous and dumb things with all kinds of stuff. I mean, I'm probably the worst example of. No, that's a lie. I'm the best example of everything you should not do.
With rockets or
Yeah,
fireworks.
with fireworks. I've got all kinds of stories of all the things you should not do with fireworks and all the reasons you shouldn't do them with fireworks.
You
That's
need
why I say do it. Go for it.
you
Make
need
my list.
you know what? You need to make your own schoolhouse rock special about things not to do with fireworks.
Where was the fun and nappy? No, I need these kids to make videos of them doing dumb things so I have a reason to laugh.
No, you know what? We got enough adults doing dumb things to not, you know what I'm saying?
I
More
won't
adults
argue with
than
that one.
kids.
Yeah, you're right.
We
Yeah,
can
that's
understand kids doing dumb things, but
I can't
adults
believe
doing
how
dumb
many
things?
people who are in cars are inside of their houses and light fireworks. Like,
No. No,
well,
there's
I don't
something worse than
understand
that.
why you would ever light it anywhere not outside. That,
No,
that
there's something worse than that, Pink.
what?
There are people on the highway that will shoot bottle rockets at people driving on the highway.
Like they're driving and like their passengers shooting it into other cars.
Yep.
What's wrong with
You
people?
never heard about that? You never heard
No.
about that? Oh yeah, they've been doing that since for like what like maybe like 50, 60 years. Some people put yeah, it's a normal thing that people do. People used to shoot them out of cars to people's houses and stuff like that, driving down the street. Yeah, and
Cannot
don't
even
get one of them.
explain how furious I'd be if somebody shot fireworks at my car or at my house. I cannot even explain how furious I'd be.
You know what's worse was when they have them Roman candles and they shoot them out the window. That's worse than fire rockets. That's way worse. We've seen that before.
If
You done
you want to shoot off
experienced the fun
fireworks,
day.
I don't care what you do. I don't care. Leave me alone. If you do something to fuck up my stuff, I'm gonna be mad. I don't care what
But
other
see,
people do. Go have your
that's
own
the
fun, but
purpose.
leave me out of it.
They don't
fair enough.
care, Pink.
I know. I know. I know
Oh
Dreadpool's
no.
like that's old news. Well,
Right.
we've like I said, we've established I live under a rock. I don't know these things. Stay inside my house. Don't
Well,
tell me
you
my
got the
house is
right
not safe now.
you got the right person with Death Dealer to teach you all these little nuances that you never experienced. And because I've seen you, and you be like, man, I wish I had checked that out when I was younger. But I was so
See,
enclosed in my environment that I didn't get a chance to experience these things.
I've been a nerd my whole life. I still remember walking home from school. It was 6th or 7th grade. I know exactly where we were on the walk home, and I had asked my friend a question, and I still to this day I remember. She just goes, "Do I have to teach you everything?" So this has been my life. That's just
That's too funny. That's funny. Yes,
What
apparently.
did Yoda say? You must learn what you've unlearned.
I need to unlearn some things.
Oh my gosh. Well,
What's worse is okay. This is what Jared Poole said. What's worse is when there's a moon and 70 miles per hour and you shoot it at them. Are you talking about like a moon, like butt cheeks moon, and you're
Yeah.
I was thinking
So
that.
wait, are you saying that one car is driving down the road, mooning out the window, and the other car is shooting fireworks at the person mooning? Is this
Yeah.
what we're saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
People are stupid.
Okay.
Absolutely.
I'm still thinking about that motorcycle thing. That thing was so cool.
Oh my gosh.
I'm not mooning people. I'm not shooting fireworks at people. I don't want to be in the car with either. Although if I had a choice, I would rather be in the car with the person mooning, because I don't want to be in the car with the person shooting the fireworks and then like it goes off in the car.
You've never mooned outside of a car before?
No.
Out the window?
No, I like how you said that like I'm the only person in the world who's never done it. Okay, chat. Am I the only person in the world who has never mooned out a car window?
Okay, how drunk have you ever gotten?
Hey, I've gotten pretty damn drunk, and I have never mooned in my entire life.
Have you ever mooned anybody, like, ever?
No. No.
Oh
I've
my
never
God.
mooned anyone ever.
Have you ever gave anybody a wedgie or seen somebody give somebody a wedgie?
Oh yeah, I have an older brother. Of course I've given a wedgie.
There's hope for her, Death. There's hope.
Okay, so have both of you mooned people outside car windows? I also just think
What?
it's kind of logistically hard.
No.
But
No, if you got
No.
on shorts, it ain't hard at all. It makes it easier. Shit.
Basically, you just put your ass up and you
yeah,
balance it out by putting, like, your head down towards, like, the center console to kind of, like, balance you out there. So you kind of, like,
Yeah, see,
just
mooning
put
is
your
like
butt
telling
cheeks to
some
the wind.
people. Mooning is like telling some people "f you." That's what mooning pretty much
okay.
is.
So is this like early Death Dealer and Dreadpool date nights as you were going around mooning people in the car? Like, okay, I'm
No.
gonna drive tonight, you can moon. Tomorrow we'll change.
No,
It was
no.
an '80s thing.
No. Dreadpool has mooned me in a car. I've never mooned him in a car.
But you've mooned other people.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're like, duh. Okay, Perry just said, I mooned the mailman once 30 years ago, and then he became my neighbor. But then he became his neighbor.
Too funny.
Boy, he remembered that ass.
Okay, so
Bet
I don't
he
know.
remembered your house every time.
I don't know if this is safe to talk about. Dreadpool said I've goaded people. Do I need to Google that, or is this something you can tell me what it is? Or is that something I have to Google on my
I
own?
genuinely have
I've heard
no
it, but I
idea.
can't remember. Yeah,
I
I've
have
heard
no
it.
idea what he's talking about.
You've never TP'd anybody's lawn, Pink?
Done that.
Yeah, I've done it too.
Dude, I remember one time my friend's mom actually rented a car. She rented a convertible for us to go egg.
Oh.
Oh, egg throwing, yeah, at the house.
She rented us a convertible. She gave us money for eggs, and she picked up some eggs on her way back from the car rental place. Yeah, she was a supportive mom, is what she was. There
Right,
need to be more moms like her.
Right, you don't have any Halloween candy, huh? We'll be back.
I googled what goading is. The act of putting one's balls behind their legs while mooning an unexpecting boy.
I'm not touching that.
I don't know if you're supposed to touch it.
Called. I didn't know that was called goading. I thought I remember somebody calling it something else, and I can't remember what it was anymore.
So wait. So you're.
I have to say this.
He just said not that goat.
That your husband knows what that is.
Well, he's done it.
I'm wondering, Dreadpool.
I'm not surprised.
So wait, because I don't have those parts, I've never given any thought to where equipment goes when you moon. Normally, when you moon, all you see are cheeks. So you're saying when you goat, you see cheeks plus 2 little surprises, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, now Dreadful has done the bathing too. I don't even. What does that mean? I can't even Google that. What does that mean?
Stop asking for attention. Nobody knows what you're talking about at this point. We don't need to hear about your perverse lifestyle, bro. Keep talking. You're gonna get us all on some kind of list. Stop it.
I think Dreadpool needs to make an account on new social media site here. Then he can make money with all the videos he's gonna post.
OnlyFans.
What
Things you do.
debating though? Now I gotta look it up because I don't know what that is.
Batwing? I don't.
Batwing.
Name of it is.
I know what a batwing is.
What's a batwing?
It's where you stretch skin your balls out.
Yeah, it's opening your legs and going scissor style with it. You didn't know that?
What is wrong with all you people?
We're talking about 2 different things.
What is wrong with all you people? Oh my
god! Brothers that grew up with a lot of guys. They're pretty dumb in their free time, and there's absolutely 0 fucks to give.
You know, my brother was standing next to me, and he did moon out our front window to the kids outside playing, but I didn't pay attention if he was doing other things other than showing his butt. I sure as hell hope he wasn't. I don't want to know.
Oh no,
he was. Anything else.
He
I don't know.
Was.
Thank God, my brother. That would have been extremely creepy for my brother and I was watching all this unfold. Like I said, I just saw a hairy ass pushed up against the screen of the house.
Yeah. No, $20 your brother was just as weird as all boys and guys at one point in time. Guarantee he probably pantsed a few people in his time. He probably walked up to somebody with his balls, just the balls out of his zipper, doing the brain, having him look at the brain. A lot of guys are sitting there laughing. You guys know exactly what I'm talking about.
Batwing is a term used in gymnastics. Batwing is a term used in gymnastics to describe a move where the legs are stretched wide, resembling the veiny skin of a bat's wing.
Okay, that is not what I thought it was. Now I'm curious what the other thing's called.
But, anyway. Well, no, because it has to do with your balls, though, because there's a whole blog post about this. What? I'm telling you, what is wrong with you people? What is wrong with all of you?
On that note, this has been an enlightening conversation, but I am absolutely done thinking about stupid mail tricks.
Okay, so here's a news story that I opened, and Perry and I both found it, and this is definitely appropriate for us. Okay, in Britain, there are 5 parrots that they had to they keep having problems with these parrots because these parrots keep swearing at everybody. And they keep trying to do things to get them to not to swear, and they keep moving around, and they're putting with other parrots. This has been going on for like 5 years, and the guy made an update a few months ago because they tried putting the parrots with there's 5 of them, and they didn't grow up together. This is 5 independent parrots who like swearing, and they put them with a flock of 92 other parrots to hope that they then will, because the other parrots aren't swearing, that they'll just take up those sounds, which a lot of them mimic the noises of backing up trucks and microwaves beeping. But it's not working. So, people are walking by and the parrots are calling people fat twats. They're telling people to fuck off. So the guy made a video and he goes, I'm going to try to get it on tape. And he did. The guy's talking. He turns his camera around. And there's this random parrot just hanging upside down from the fence. And he just goes, fuck off. Dude, it's great. It's hysterical. Yeah, so swearing parrots.
That's too funny. I know a lot of shelters have problems with that because a lot of people don't want birds that swear.
Yeah.
So if you ever feel inclined to get a bird that swears, check your local animal shelters. Chances are there's probably one around there. And it's
I'm sorry.
probably got the mouth of a sailor too. I bet you money because I've heard a parrot swear. And that bird, if it
They are
wasn't a bird, I would have snapped its little neck.
these
No,
are
I would pay $5,000 for a parrot that did that. That would annoy everybody that came over to my place. I would love it.
these are African gray parrots.
I'm sick like that.
And if you Google, like I think I Googled swearing parrots 2025 update, which is how I got the video of watching this parrot. And it's of course it's great. Like I said, he's hanging upside down on the fence, so it just makes it even funnier. But just wouldn't it be hilarious that you go to the zoo and you're walking by and the parrots insult you? Which they say that people love it. Like they did put signs up because they were like, well, there's kids coming by, so they basically have signs that say, "Hey, the parrot's going to curse and we can't stop them. Be prepared."
The
Mm.
But
rated
people,
R section of parrots.
yeah, well, don't complain. People love it, and then people will swear back at the parrots. I'm sure it's just making it worse. But
You know they got
yeah,
dogs that swear too now.
how do
Like
dogs
humans.
talk?
Yeah, dogs talk. They got dogs that talk. It takes them a while to learn it, but dogs talk.
Did your
They
dog
don't know
talk?
what you said. No, my dog gets on my nerves.
Your dog's not like take me outside, you fat twat.
Here's the thing, I'm not fat though. That's the problem. My dog's more fat than my friend. Shit.
I just love that that's like one of the insults that these parrots know. Like I just love
That
that
is
that's one of the
hilarious.
insults. I think it's
That's
great.
because that was the owner's
Yeah.
favorite insult to throw. I mean, we all have our favorite insults when somebody irritates us to no end. And you know what? Not even gonna lie, fat twat just kind of rolls off the tongue, man.
Yes.
It's just it's
That's why
interchangeable.
if a bird called me that, I would just have to laugh hysterically. I would love it. I'd be like, "The zoo is
Nah,
amazing. We have to come back."
nah. My parrot would say, "Fuck off. Go find grass." That's what my parrot would say.
Oh, it's too funny. It's too funny.
Yeah,
So,
Well,
parrots can be trained, so that's cool.
so a Michigan woman was found guilty in her husband's murder, but the parrot was a witness. The parrot witness. This was
did
this
the
lady
parrot
shot.
rat her out?
Yeah, this lady shot her husband 5 times in front of the parrot. This is in 2015, before she attempted to kill herself, which
I
didn't
heard
work.
about that. I
So
heard
the
about that.
parrot repeated the words "Don't shoot" in the victim's voice.
Hmm.
Um, so I don't know if she I don't know if this doesn't say because I have to go further down. I don't know if she like ended up admitting to it or not because it says that the parrot was not like in the court or anything. But I love that the parrot was
Well,
knew
they
what
can
the guy
record his
said.
voice
Yeah,
saying it,
and he
right?
says it in his voice.
I actually know this story,
Yeah,
and
I
the
heard it
only
too.
reason I know this story is because of that old TV show Beyond Belief, Fact or Fiction.
Yes, I forgot about that.
This was on that show, and it was one of the stories that they actually explained on it because I called bullshit still. I was like, there's no way. This story sounds so well. I've been around parrots. I know how they learn to talk and things, and usually you have to repeatedly say something in order for them to say it back eventually. It's not like you just tell them one time and they start saying it forever. Not always, anyway. Not saying it doesn't happen, obviously, but so I call bullshit. And I looked it up, and sure enough, the reason she got caught and the reason that they know that the bird ratted her out was because when the detectives were in the house talking to her and they were getting ready to leave again after they had like updated her on what was going on, she'd been cleared as a suspect. That's when the birds started talking right before they left the house. So if that bird had never said shit and waited another like 5 or 10 minutes, they never would
Yeah.
have heard the birds say anything. And she would have gotten away scot free. But as soon as the birds started talking, she freaked out, and obviously she looked guilty at that point. Bang.
You reap what you
So
sow.
Yeah.
so what we learned today is don't commit your crimes in front of your parrot
Yeah.
and plan all your crimes using WhatsApp.
I would say I would recommend not committing a crime near any animal in general because there's been a few different pets that have ratted out their killers. Like,
No, here's the thing. If you have a parrot and you kill somebody and your parrot is there, put a firework in them and blow them up.
Oh, you just went right. I mean, there's no like put a
you just
sheet
chose
over the
violence.
cage, put the cage, let the bird fly away. Nope, put a
Parrot
firework
can
in the
still
bird and blow it up.
Rage to
because
violence.
the parrot can still hear what's going on outside and repeat it though. If you
The
put it
bird's
over, if
heads
you
are
put a
falling
thing
off.
over the cage, right? Just say, I don't know. The kids must have put a thing in the parrot. Stupid kids.
And on that happy note,
I know, right?
oh,
This has been
goodness
fun.
Look at
gracious.
all the great information we've all learned today.
Did we
Who would
really?
you want with that info?
Oh,
I
man.
want to go get some nachos and play with fireworks. So,
Yeah.
Ooh, flaming nachos. All right.
I mean, kind of. Yeah, sure.
Right.
Sure. Sure. But
But it
with
was
that
fun.
being
I
said,
enjoyed being here. Thank you, ladies.
Yes,
thanks
thanks
for
for
coming
jumping
on.
in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everyone loved the fact that we can't see you, so it's just us on the screen and your voice.
Yeah, I didn't want to do a camera today. I didn't
Yeah.
feel like it. Yeah. But
You
if
said
I
you're
ever come
just
on
God
again,
from
I'll
above.
come on. I'm not touching that. No.
We know how to get a hold of us, so let us know when you want to come back.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
let me know when you want me back. That's all. Maybe we could talk about some scary movies.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll have to do that. in the next
You
Yeah.
few
already know
months.
I know a lot of scary movies, so you already know.
Good, then Death will actually have somebody who could intelligently talk about them instead of me going, nope, haven't seen it, don't know, never heard of it.
We're giving you
You
a
need
list.
to watch Grandma's Boy. I'm telling you.
I
That
do, and I
movie's
want to watch Real
amazing.
Genius now because I looked that up while you were talking. I want to watch Real
Real Genius
Genius.
That
is
movie's
awesome.
good too.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was one of
Par-
Val Kilmer's young movies when he pretty much just started in the industry.
I
And he
love Val
played
Kilmer.
that. He played that. It was like a older version of how Van Wilder is today.
And he's an engineer, so I gotta watch this movie.
It's a good movie.
You'll love it. Yeah, it is.
Perry said that you didn't have your camera on because you're playing Battlefield naked.
It's double XP week. What do you expect?
No denial.
That's too funny. That's too funny.
I'm not on camera. I don't care. I'm sitting in my chair chilling. I can be. It's been hot. You can respect it being hot.
Gotta air it out.
And that being said, now that that's out there for everything, we're gonna head out. It's getting late anyway. We've been on for almost 2 hours now, guys.
Yeah.
Trying to keep it under 2 hours this
Wow.
time.
Yeah.
But-
No more fireworks next time I come on. Real quick, could you imagine? You get one of those
You guys like
those
talking like robots.
No. Those coffee beans that were made with animal dung, right? And then lighten it up with a firework. Because, animal dung has, like, when it sits for a while and ferments, it can be flamed up.
Again, how on earth do you guys know this stuff?
Well, y'all had it on the show talking about animal dung. Okay. Animal dung is used for
But I believe you. Trust me, I'm not questioning it.
Some people make bombs out of that crap. Yeah.
You could put on a watch list if you are too much manure. The thing.
Okay.
The thing that happens. But with that being said, before we get put on a list, I feel like the more we talk, the closer we get to getting put on a list. We're gonna head out. I'm Dan Taylor.
I'm Piggles.
And I'm Sir X-Man, substituting today. Thank you guys for coming up, sharing, like this video, and get it out there, people. Get it out there. It's enjoyable conversation with these ladies every week.
You heard them.
Go.
Exactly. Yeah.
Heard the voice of God. Everybody. Do as he says. Bye, everyone.
We'll see you next week.